Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Hedera and HBAR. So with that being said, let's just dive in and let's start off with the overall price chart. So one thing that I will note is the all-time chart. As we're really going to go over here to XDC. So XDC is having a slight pullback. It ran up to about 9 cents. Do you guys see something very similar here? Because what we are at is this point here on XDC before the big move to the upside. HBAR is no different. I know that the market's having a pullback. I know that the market looks rough right now, but I want you guys to realize that does not change what's going to happen with a lot of these altcoins. In the next run up on HBAR, I believe that we will see this 20-cent zone being tested on HBAR, very similar to the level that XDC nearly tapped, which was like right around the summer of 2021 lows. That could very well be around like 17 cents, 20 cents on HBAR before having a slight pullback and then continuing higher just like the rest of the market. So I do think that a big HBAR move is coming. I know that I've been saying that for the last couple days and even possibly weeks. But ultimately speaking, like this whole sideways move that we have been doing for over a year now is building for a big move. Very similar to, going back to 2020 and 2021, where we start to have that big breakout to the top. XDC, well, usually this one lags behind the market. It seems as though it is starting to have a big move. XRP is one that is pulling back right now, but did have a big move as well. The catalyst around the case did help it. In terms of HBAR, I just think that it's one of those altcoins that is going sideways in accumulation, and it has been for about roughly a year now. So we are waiting for the big break over the 10-cent zone to go to 20 cents. So during this entire time, I'm treating HBAR as a major accumulator because if we go to 20 cents, for an example, that's nearly a 4x from today's prices. And hey, if you are investing a significant amount or have been investing a significant amount since a year ago, then that's going to be some sweet gains in the short term. Of course, long term, we are expecting much higher for HBAR. But I'm just saying like short term gains on HBAR could very well be, pretty good. Now let's talk about a few things, actually talking about some partnerships. Recently, going back, 3 days ago, it hasn't even been a full week. We've seen the, Hyundai partnership with Hedera, which was a huge one. And this was great. This was through supply chains. And then, like I said, not even a week later, we get a huge announcement from Hedera, which we will go over in this video. And I actually want to shout out my second channel. So on this channel, I mainly talk about NFTs, tokenization, the world of tokenization, stuff like that. And just recently, not even a whole day ago, I posted a video and I was talking about a $300 trillion opportunity for some altcoins. For example, Hedera is one of them, XRP is another one, and pretty much almost all the market has a great opportunity in front of it around tokenization. In that video, I was talking more so around tokenization with real estate, which is a $300+ trillion opportunity. And what's funny is today we've seen Hedera post this, which was great progress has been made towards creating tokenized representations of our funds. The work leverages Archix Exchange's recently announced tokenization engine. Hedera is playing an important role in our tokenization journey, which was the direct quote from Aberdeen. So this is huge. And remember, like we talked about this partnership, I want to say, I think it was like back in January, I want to say. I think that they said a half a year. So yeah, it was like basically right around January, February of this year. But nonetheless, we do see half a year of progress expanding our alternatives capabilities. And if we scroll down, so this is obviously focused more so on sustainability and things like that. But we do see envisioning a digital future, all centered out on, you named it, DLT. At Aberdeen, we have a clear vision of a digital future. We recognize that new technologies will change the way we invest, revolutionizing the investment landscape and making investing accessible to a broader audience. At the core of this transformation is DLT, an effective method of recording ownership details in a decentralized computer network. So yeah, I mean, like, listen, I've talked about it, and I've talked about the time frame on this thing. They are even mentioning it here as well. We believe that in the next decade, and I know what you guys are going to say. I already can see the comments. 10 years, the next decade, I have to wait this long, blah, blah, blah. I want you guys to understand that, no, you don't have to wait a decade in order for your, gains to come on HBAR or anything like that. They're just talking about that over the next decade. we are going to see trillions of dollars pour into this market. And a lot of these DLTs that are extremely efficient, that are providing sustainability factors for a lot of these major institutions, enterprises, you name it, those are going to be the chosen ones. And we do see nearly all investments could come to be represented as digital assets using DLT. This advancement could bring numerous advantages, including faster, safer, and more cost-effective on-chain trading and settlement, enhance the efficiency in private markets, and the fragmentation of assets into less expensive units. Investing in the future today. To prepare for the future, we're focused on the following 3 key areas: developing investment products that offer exposure to future technologies, utilizing these new technologies to enhance investor access to our existing products, and of course, last but not least, making strategic investments in the new DLT-powered market infrastructure. Our digital conviction. So here we have a few players. There's only 2, and it's Arcix and Hedera. And we can see what they were talking about with Arcix, which also has exposure to Hedera, which I'm sure that you are all aware of. We're the largest external shareholder in the UK's first regulated digital securities exchange. Arcix allows institutional investors to access blockchain-based digital assets and acts as a bridge to the traditional capital. The best part about this is, like, this is securities, right? This is regulated digital securities. The DTCC settles $2 quadrillion per year in securities transactions. This is big money, and it's all starting. Building on our investment in Arcix, great progress has been made towards creating tokenized representations of our funds. This work leverages Arcix's recently announced tokenization engine and represents the first step towards a number of traditional real-world tokenization projects that we are working on together. Hedera, we're the first asset manager to join the GC of this cutting-edge DLT firm. Hedera pioneer enterprise-grade technology, enabling the seamless migration of traditional investments onto the DLT. Hedera's technology is playing an important role in our tokenization and digitalization journey. As such, we felt it was important to have a governance role in the business, and our on-premises node is now live, helping to operate the network. So this is definitely very, very exciting, and we have a quote down here, actually. Blockchain technologies are inevitably going to form a big part of the future of financial markets. There you guys have it. 100% confirmation that this space over the next couple years is going to be a massive, crucial piece of the future of financial markets. The progress we've made so far in this area throughout 2023 will set us in good stead to develop our capabilities in this area for years to come. So yeah, I think that this is great, and we actually see that they are going to be venturing into healthcare and even biotech, which is also very exciting. I mean, this is just, it's something special, right? Like, we are seeing all of this technology expanding rapidly within a few areas, and I think that's something special to see some of these companies really talking about blockchain technology, DLT, in the way that they are, right? It's solidifying our future. You know, if you want to look at HBAR's price today, that's totally fine. I'm looking at HBAR's price 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the road, and all I see is financial freedom, incredible wealth creation. Like, a lot of people think that, you know, this market, we're so late to this market. And I always say, like, we're late to Bitcoin, we're early to the actual technology. Because blockchain, we know that blockchain is completely different than what it was originally. You know, when you look at Bitcoin, the original foundation of Bitcoin was to escape the traditional world, or, you know, oh, we need a, you know, anonymous money, if you will. You know, that's no longer the thing. And, you know, Bitcoin is Bitcoin. There's really nothing to it. I mean, I've talked about utility. I've talked about Bitcoin many times in the past. I just don't see it, right? Like, I just don't see the point in me buying Bitcoin. Maybe I'm wrong on that. That's totally fine. I welcome being wrong on buying Bitcoin. But, you know, to me, we're going to get rich off of tokens like Hedera, right? Like, this is the next generation technology around this space. And it's also something that I see, you know, maybe $100 or $1,000 today in HBAR could very well turn into incredible wealth in the next 10 years, because we don't know where this space is headed. And also, We recently seen HBAR Foundation announce that Fresh Supply Co. Australia, this is an Australian-based company, has integrated Hedera into the Continuity API. And we do see this connects Hedera to banks, the MasterCard network, and soon the MasterCard Payment Gateway Services, MPGS, and other forthcoming MasterCard Web3 and digital asset products. This is huge. And we do see down here, as the largest user of the MasterCard Provenance private blockchain before it was discontinued, FSCO took on the role of making sure that users could easily migrate to a scalable network after it closed down. Through this plug-and-play API, the largest users of MasterCard Provenance alongside FSCO are already in the Continuity sandbox, paving the way for these other companies to also migrate to Hedera. Alongside legacy MP users, the Continuity API enables any use case in the world that requires event-based payment automation, particularly across the supply chain. This payment trigger functionality is a core component of the FSCO's product offering on Hedera. The tokenization and financialization of real-world assets and events throughout the agricultural supply chain. As these tokenized items move from location to location, payments must be released only when pre-approved conditions are met. Here, payment triggers combined with IoT devices automate this process, greatly improving efficiency, processing over $700 million worth of assets in just the past year alone. FSCO alone is targeting $3 billion over the next 12 months as it moves to accelerate payments across Australia's agribusiness and food manufacturing sectors. As FSCO scales, they will leverage all major Hedera services, including the HTS, HTS, and also even the smart contract service. This is absolutely massive. And also a Hedera Guardian integration is also on the roadmap. So this is a massive step in the right direction. Listen, as we look at Hedera, I've said it every single damn day. Big update after big update after big update. This is 2 days after we've seen the partnership announcement with Hyundai. This is big. This is big. It's a $3 billion opportunity here. And I know to some people, they might be saying, oh, it's, $3 billion. I want you guys to realize that this is going to expand, right? There's 3 different use cases in here around supply chain and IoT, real world asset tokenization, and even next generation payments. This is incredible. And you know what? I really do think that this is the gateway. This is the gateway to mass adoption. This is going to be, companies and individuals utilizing this technology without really seeing it. And it's all because of the unmatched scalability, low fixed fees, and sustainability present a clear value proposition to FSCO. And they test it out, rigorously test it out, multiple other blockchain networks. That means that they probably tested it Ethereum, who knows what other ones, but they tested all of these other major blockchain networks, and Hedera was their chosen one because it was unmatched in terms of its efficiencies. This is why I say focus on the bigger picture. Everyone wants to look at, Hedera as, oh, the price, this, that, whatever. Like the retail sector, I hate to say it, but they deserve to lose because 99% of the individuals cannot see past the only thing that matters to them, and that is the price of the token today. They don't have an outlook thinking process around investments. They don't think about a year from now, 2 years from now. But if you actually look at the real world of investing, there's people that hold stocks. There's people that invest in property and hold that property for years and years and years and years. 99% of the general public is just brainwashed into thinking that, these coins are going to go off overnight and go to, $8, $10, $20, $50. I want you guys to understand that, prices like that, they could 100% happen, but they're going to happen long term, when trillions of dollars are flooding on chain. And by the way, talking about this MasterCard idea, I might be making a video talking about MasterCard and possibly a partnership with Hedera with MasterCard, because this is pretty significant and the connections here are very, very interesting, considering the fact that, this is all centered out essentially around Australia. And we know that Hedera has been a leader around Australia. Like we even see over here, like, You know, they're targeting $3 billion over the next 12 months as it moves to accelerate payments across Australia's agribusiness and food manufacturing sectors. So in the next year, they're targeting $3 billion. And it's definitely going to be interesting to see if that $3 billion floods over Hedera. And wow, I'm definitely excited about this. I think that this is great. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. It's up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are on this beautiful. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.